Hey guys and girls, Johan here from Mostly Tech. In this video we're going to once again be looking at some of the best free video editing software available. I've actually made beginner tutorials for some of these programs, links are in the description. Also at the end of the video I will let you guys know what video editor I personally use. And just as a reminder before we start, if you find the video helpful, smash that like button and post a comment. It really does help and keeps me motivated as well. Thanks guys, and Happy New Year! HitFilm 4 Express is probably the best free video editing program available today. It's an NLE or non-linear editor developed by FX Home that is compatible with both Windows and Mac operating systems. Non-linear basically means that it has a timeline with multiple video and audio tracks so that you can stack and combine different video clips, audio and still images, among other things. The interface is very user-friendly and reminds me of many commercial editing programs like Adobe Premiere Pro. HitFilm also supports compositing and special effects add-ons, some of which are free and others you can buy from HitFilm through their software, kinda like buying in-app purchases on a mobile application. To download HitFilm 4 Express, go to hitfilm.com/express and click on Get Started Now. Then click on Get HitFilm Express Free and create an account. If you are signing up for the first time, it will ask you to share HitFilm on one of your social media accounts such as Twitter or Facebook. Once you have registered, you will be sent an email with a link to the download. Then simply download the software and install it, which is a fairly straightforward process. When you open HitFilm for the first time, you'll want to activate it to get access to all the features, such as exporting your project as an MP4 or AVI file. To do this, simply click on the Activate and Unlock button, then log in with your account that you created before downloading, and that's it. Once you're done, just click on the New button on the upper left corner to begin editing. I have made a basic tutorial for HitFilm 4 Express for beginners, so check that one out if you need help getting started. It'll teach you all the basics of using HitFilm for standard video editing. I may go into special effects in a future tutorial. I'll give HitFilm 4 Express 9 out of 10 points. DaVinci Resolve 12.5 came in as a very close second to HitFilm 4 Express. DaVinci Resolve is a nonlinear editor originally developed as a color grading system back in the early 2000s. It is available for both Windows and Mac computers. Resolve was originally created by DaVinci Systems but is now developed by Blackmagic Design. In some ways I prefer DaVinci Resolve because the interface feels a bit more familiar than the HitFilm Express interface, but overall as standard video editing programs they are pretty much equals. However, HitFilm does offer more features with its special effects add-ons, and it exports as MP4 rather than MOV as DaVinci Resolve does, which for me personally is a bonus because it is my preferred format. To get DaVinci Resolve, go to blackmagicdesign.com/products/DaVinci Resolve and click on the download button. Choose your operating system, Mac or Windows, by clicking on either of the icons. After that, enter in your details, and when you're done, click on register and download, then download the zip file. Once the file is downloaded, head over to the containing folder and extract the zip file, and then activate the installer. When you open the software for the first time, you can explore a tour of the features and also set up your initial settings through a quick setup guide. Once you're in the actual program, just click on the New Project button on the lower right corner to begin editing. I have made a beginner tutorial for DaVinci Resolve in which I go through all the basics you need to know to start editing videos with Resolve. Be sure to check that out if you're a newbie at using Resolve or video editing software in general. I'll give DaVinci Resolve 8.5 out of 10 points. I've had some issues with the VSDC free video editor in the past, but in the last year they have actually made some decent improvements to their software, including a new interface and also removing the adware that they previously had bundled in their installer. VSDC Free Video Editor is a non-linear editor for Windows only, developed by Flash Integro LLC. One cool thing about VSDC is that it also has webcam and screen capture features, in addition to its NLE video editor, which makes it more of a video editing suite than just an editor. Although its screen capture feature is not very advanced, it's still usable for capturing your desktop and possibly some gaming. I have not extensively tested it yet. The editor also supports a number of audio and video effects such as transitions and filters, as well as 2K and 4K ultra high definition editing and exporting videos in various formats. To download VSDC, just go to videosoftdev.com/free-video-editor and click on the Download Video Editor button. Then simply download the installer and follow the instructions after the download is complete. There is no registration or anything like that required. I'll give VSDC Free Video Editor 7 out of 10 points. Blender is a close third to VSDC and in some ways tied with it. Blender is actually a free open source 3D modeling and animation program developed by the Blender Foundation, which can also be set up for nonlinear video editing. It is available for Windows, Mac and Linux. Blender is however a bit more complex than HitFilm or DaVinci, as it is not properly set up out of the box. You have to make quite a bit of adjustments to turn Blender into a proper video editor with an efficient workflow. If there's any advice I could give the developers is that they should have a feature to quickly transition the interface from a graphics and 3D modeling editor to a proper NLE video editor. But if you enjoy a bit of a challenge, then Blender is definitely something to consider. However, even if you decide to go with some other video editing software, Blender is still a useful tool to have in your kit, because you can download templates and make some really cool 3D graphics with Blender, which may be useful if you want to make an intro for your YouTube videos, for example. I may at some point make a Blender tutorial for making intros. If I get around to it, it will be linked in the video description. If you want to get started video editing with Blender, I highly recommend a tutorial by Paul Kajegi called Video Editing in Blender. I'll give Blender 7 out of 10 points. Windows Movie Maker is really easy to use and it is still fairly usable for simple video editing, like if you only need to make the occasional video and you don't really feel like investing a lot of time into learning how to use one of the more advanced editors in this review. I actually still use Movie Maker from time to time to convert videos encoded in odd formats to full HD MP4 files. Windows Movie Maker is part of a software bundle called Windows Essentials 2012. To download Movie Maker, simply type download Windows Movie Maker into Google, then go to one of the first results, which should be on Microsoft.com. Scroll down a bit, there should be a link on the right with the text "Get it now." Just click on that and download the file. I know it says it's for Windows 8, 8.1 and 7, but it also works on Windows 10. Then just install the software. You don't have to install Windows Messenger and all the other software in the bundle, just Movie Maker. The Mac counterpart for Movie Maker would be iMovie, which should be installed on most Mac computers by default. For Linux users, I would recommend checking out OpenShot, PTV and Cinelera in addition to Blender. I'll give Windows Movie Maker 6.5 out of 10 points. Personally, I use Adobe Premiere Pro for most of my editing and Adobe After Effects for some of the transitions and other graphics that you see in my videos. You can get Premiere Pro for $20 per month or the entire app collection including Photoshop and After Effects for $50 per month. All of that being said, I could survive without Adobe Premiere Pro. I'm mostly using it today out of habit. I could do about 90 to 95% of the stuff I do with HitFilm Express or DaVinci Resolve as well. However, there is no good replacement for After Effects at the moment, except for maybe Blender, although it would take me a lot of time to learn how to use it for special effects and graphics, never mind video editing. That's that. Remember to check out the beginner tutorials and related videos in the description below. And if you found this video helpful, please leave a like and a comment, and of course constructive criticism is always appreciated as well. Alright, see you guys and girls in the next video.